one of the only YouTube channels that give you all the latest and hottest hip hop social issues, all the black cultural news, everything that your heart desires if you're in the, melanated community. So make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification icon all. That way you'll be notified every time I upload the latest and greatest. So if y'all already done that, let's finish with this video. So if you haven't heard, rapper Daz Dillinger, he came out and disclosed some vital information. Basically, he pretty much said that, Jada Pinkett Smith, and she pretty much had a entanglement, if you want to call it that, with Chris Kelly from the group Kross back in the early 90s. She had a entanglement with him back in 93 when Kross was only 15 years old and Jada Pinkett, she was only 22 years old. So we're going to dive right into this video. Now, I think the reason why he came out with this, start talking about it, is because, I think we live in this time in society where, everyone want to claims equality. Everyone want to claims, equal opportunity. Everyone want to claims, fair. Being fair and impartial. That's cool. That's all grand. But if that's the case, then we need to be fair all across the board on all sides. Now, the reason why I brought that up, because, we just had this guilty verdict with R. Kelly, and we had the situation with, Bill Cosby, and then you had the Epsteins and Weinsteins and, the Michael Jackson situations, Russell Simmons, so forth and so on. But you rarely ever hear about, the other side, about what women did to the men. I mean, because let's face it, women are just as capable or as doing stuff to little boys or men just as much as a man can do it to a woman. Now, you can argue that, the physical part, the physical aspect, that women are not strong enough to physically impose themselves on a man. So if a man don't want to, he has the physical capabilities to prevent a woman from trying to impose herself on him. But what if that man is under the influence? What if he's not a man? What if he's just a child? Then what? Can you make that same argument? What if he's not under the influence? What if he's just a weak man? We do have anomalies where just some men are weak, and he just so happen to be with a woman who just may be on par of strength with him. So it would just be like two men fighting each other, or trying to impose each other's strengths on each other. It can be the same situation. So when I hear these things about the men, I always talk about, I always think about the other side too, the other aspect, and pretty much I'm wanting to bet that others are thinking this too, like Daz Dillinger. So that's why he kind of disclosed this information. Now, you might say, well, this is back like in 92, 93 and all this stuff happened. Well, shoot, Bill Cosby, he got arrested and prosecuted for stuff that happened back in the 70s. Stuff that happened back in the 80s and 90s. They were using these allegations and stuff to, hurt the case. Same thing with R. Kelly. He was being tried and convicted for things that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago. Stuff like that. So, is the statute of limitations different when it comes to the opposite sex? Like, this is kind of where I'm confused at with this. So, now, this is all allegations. We're not saying that this is what he said. We're not taking it for face value. But considering the fact that what we know about Jada and Will Smith relationship, like I just made a video yesterday talking about, how their marriage isn't, conventional, from Will Smith's own mouth when his interview with Essence Magazine, because Will Smith admitted that they have an open relationship and that Jada Pinkett Smith, she never liked conventional marriages, probably because of the way her upbringing back in Baltimore and her growing up with Pac and in the hood and everything. Like, who knows? We're not going to speculate, but she'd never been into that type of stuff even before she was with Will, and Will peeped that while she was with him. That's why he kind of followed suited and played his part and became a her cuck or whatever you want to call it. Who knows? But so back to the situation. If Jada Pinkett really did this with Chris Kelly from Kross, then I think that some type of, first of all, I think that some thorough investigation needs to happen. They need to investigate it. They need to do a documentary series. They need to have all these people come out like they did to do for everyone else. Like, I mean, we're going to be fair and impartial, right? Like, this is an equal opportunity. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be equal for all of us. So let's be fair. Let's be equal. If this stuff is true, let Kriss come out and say it, or let someone of their affiliation come out and say something. Let some type of investigations and everything be done. Let Oprah and Lifetime and Gayle King, bring out the cameras and everything and do a whole docu-series and calling it Survivor Jada, because, you got August Alsina and you got Kriss. He says this is nothing new. That's Dillinger. So these are just the two people now that the public is starting to know about. What about people that we don't know about? Because out of all this time, out of all these decades, it's clearly more than just two individuals. So that's why I said, now that the cat is out of the bag, so to speak, now investigations and everything need to take place. Now we need to find out exactly what's going on behind the scenes with that, if it's true or not. And if it was true, then I think that something should be done about it. And more so, if we have allegations on more people done like this, then I think now, because it seemed like they're just attacking men after all this stuff, like the Me Too movement. All right, like Me Too. Me too. Like the men is saying it too. Me too. So, all right, we feel you, Me Too. We support you, because Me Too is for all of us. Just like Black Lives Matter is supposed to be like Black Lives Matter, like all lives matter, but Black Lives Matter too. All right, well, men lives matter too. Black men lives matter too. Me too. So let's look into this and see what we can come up with. But that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification icon. To all, that way you'll be notified every time I upload the latest and greatest. And I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.